Okay, for my first instructional video, I'm going to do a mandala using the RonStar method. So what I usually do is I start out by centering my t-shirt, and then I mark a spot where I want the center of the mandala to be. And then from there, I'm just going to do the airplane folds. So I'll center that up along my line, and you fold it back. And I try to make sure everything is nice and flat so I don't have any wrinkles under here. That up, fold the other side under. And then I do one more time and I fold the thick fold instead of the multiple folds over here. I fold that back on itself, line it up at center, and then flip it over. Do the same thing on the other side. Once I have all my folds, then I start out with my sinew, and for the sinew I just wrap it on the roll, one of the rolls that it comes on, and I just reuse those. So I'm going to start out just by tying a little bit around the center here, the end. I might give it a little pull to tighten it up. And then from there, here I'll zoom in a little bit. I'm going to take this part of the fold and I'm going to fold it over about 90-degree angle. If you can see that. And then I'm going to take the sinew and wrap it around, gathering that fold in. I'll usually wrap it 3 times and then I pull it, get it nice and tight on there. And then I'm going to take this part, fold it over. You can kind of line it up right along the fold there. And then you're going to do the same thing. Take the sinew, wrap it around about 3 times, give it a pull, maybe one more time. And then you're just going to continue to do that back and forth. Flip that over, and I usually try to keep everything nice and straight. And depending on how far you gather, let's see if I can center that. Whether I got just a little bit of a fold or a bigger fold here is going to determine how wide the mandala is, or each one of the points. So I pull it until it just gets sucked in there nice and tight. You don't need to pull too tight, but you want it fairly tight to hold back the dye. I'm going to fold that over again and wrap it up. And I'm going to do one more. Okay, so that's what I have zoom this back out. That's what I have so far. And then what I'll do is I'll just kind of scrunch up the rest of this fabric here. I'll cut that tail off. I usually give it a little bit of a knot here on the end just so that it doesn't fray too much and I can find it easily when I want to unwrap it. But that is what it should look like. And then from there, like I say, I just kind of scrunch the rest of this up, or you can add another fold in. Sometimes I'll take the back of the t-shirt and you can do another fold, whatever you like. Sometimes I'll take a washable marker and draw a line on here. So if I want to do like an oval on the back, I'll fold that up. And I'm doing this after the shirt has been soaked in soda ash, and then I hang them to dry so that it's already prepped. And what that's going to do with these tight folds is help the dye soak down inside. If you do this while it's wet and you tie it up, then you're not going to get good dye saturation. So it's best to work with these dry. And you can do all the folding and then tie it up and then soak it, but then you have to wait for I don't know how many days until the center part is completely dry, and you don't really know if it's bone dry on the middle or not. I'll pull that up nice and tight. That just adds some variety into the back of the t-shirt. I'll do just a couple things just to add another little weird design in there. That off once again. I like to put a little knot in my sinew. And then from there you can straighten this out. And you have your front and your back, and I'll scrunch the rest of this up. And then from there, I just use kite string to tie everything together. This part doesn't need to be bound as tightly as the mandala does.